Good morning. So today, actually, I just looked right this second, which is 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, May 17th. And the moon is at 0 degrees of Aries. I don't personally like when the moon is in Aries. I don't know, but I just get like feisty, but not like the good kind. I don't know, like my thoughts get angry or whatever. Anyway, not super angry because I'm pretty mellow, but I'm Zube, and if you would like a personal reading, the information is below. This is a collective reading, so it'll be general energies. If it doesn't resonate, that means you're a fucking alien, or it just doesn't resonate, and that's fine. Personal readings are way different than this, but take what resonates and leave the rest. So we're going to do energies for today. Here we go. Venus is squaring, Venus in Gemini is squaring Neptune and Pisces. And that's going to be like all month. Before I even read the cards, like, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and Venus are all in retrograde. I've been kind of talking about that, but it's a hard time to sort of take action, honestly. But things could come up from the past, especially be on the lookout for like old behaviors, especially in relationships and stuff like that with Venus. But Venus square Neptune, like we could be kind of confused about what we want. And that square with it, Neptune is like dreamy and kind of like illusion, and Venus, wants to go after what makes her happy, and Venus in Gemini is like all about, like information and getting this and getting stuff done, like this will make me happy and this will make me happy and this, and then there's Neptune, like, are you sure that'll make you happy? And Neptune is in Pisces, which is its home sign. So anyway, that's enough of that bullshit. You might be confused and you might be acting like, I don't know, a previous carnation of your inner asshole. Stuff you thought you might have remedied. You'll have to work on again. Okay. Actually, I think they go like this. All right. So we're gonna have 3 cards: inner energies, which is like how you feel internally, and then external energies, which would be either your presentation to the outer world or what you seem to be encountering in people in the outer world, and then overall energies, which is like, how in general everybody, all of the things might be being. So on the internal, it's funny because I got this one yesterday for external, but the Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands is the Eight of Wands is about like communication, messages, and it's kind of a very Mercury energy, information going back and forth, a bunch of things in the air, nothing has landed, but the sky looks clear. So it doesn't look like there are any obstacles in the way, but there's nothing like for certain, which, you might be feeling right now. But it's kind of like a pew, 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 like a lot of shit getting done. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is on the external can be one of two things. I mean, this can either be you, or this can either be people you are encountering, or it could be both. But the Nine of Swords is about not anger, anxiety, worrying, worrying about situations in the past, worrying about situations in the future. It literally can mean waking up at night, worrying. Interesting. And, Venus and Gemini, I mean, that's like some air energy right there. And air is thoughts and mentality. And so our heads might be swimming with like all this stuff. And we might be encountering other people who are in the same, who are doing the same. The whole fucking world is, to some degree or another, having thoughts about things. I'm not really worried about shit. I'm just not. I mean, it is what it is. But, thanks Lao Tzu and Taoism for that. Today, anyway. But, yeah, so there's a lot of worry, a lot of fear. You might be, if you are feeling pretty chill, you might be encountering people who are not feeling really chill. And, when people are not chill, they might take it out on you. So there could be some of that going on. Overall energies, the Chariot. So the Chariot is, I mean, this guy, okay, so this guy is like not moving at the moment, but the story behind the card goes like this. He's got the two sphinxes, not to be mistaken for sphincters. Yeah. So he has the two sphinxes, black and white. It's, it represents duality, and how we like to compartmentalize things. But he has to ride this chariot with these two kind of opposing forces on them, and so he's like holding the reins and things are going really fast, and it's kind of like quick thinking, quick moving energy, and like harnessing this and harnessing that, and trying to, God, how that does make a lot of sense with the world. That makes a lot of sense. I was telling somebody the other day, like, if Gaia wanted us to look at our, underbelly or our shadow or whatever, like if she wanted to drag out the fucking polarity that we have going on, I mean, like, well played, because literally your opinion is right on your face. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, I can't even stay out of arguments about like anything. It's yeah, it's funny because it's like, if you don't choose sides, or if people don't know what side you're on, then they get mad at you too. They're like, well, what side are you on? I'm not answering. Anyway, but yeah, like, talk about some duality, and like the universe, and it was like, all right, enough of you kids like fighting, dirty behind the scenes. Like, I'm gonna draw this shit out of you, and that is literally what's happening. It's crazy. I think the world is going through a dark night of the soul. But yes, things are moving very quickly. There's a lot of duality, opposing forces, especially if you find yourself trying to be like centered in this time. That's like a crazy ride. And it requires a lot of like quietude, which isn't quite the same as attitude. Attitude is best utilized when you are trying to support duality. Yes. Okay. So, I love these cards. Divine. Okay, is everything up? So if you were standing on your head watching this, you would have read it the first time, but I love these. I used to sell doors. That was fun, because the first thing everybody would ask me was, it was like 20 years ago, and they would say door to door. And I don't think door to door salespeople exist anymore. People would be like, what the fuck are you doing at my door? I did not sell them door to door. Just saying. Really? Hummingbird song. I had a hummingbird come by me today. There's the door. That's pretty. Nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing, as medicine it sings. Cryptic. Nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing, as medicine it sings. You know, the hummingbird, okay, ready, is just going from flower to flower. I know the honey badger doesn't give a shit, but I don't think the hummingbird gives a shit either, you know. It's just going around, getting its nectar, keeping itself fed, minding its own damn business. I kind of like that, actually. You're not going to be able to read that. I want to pull something else. Who do I want? Let's see. Do this guy. We'll do this. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous out. New beginnings. Begin your new life. Scrap the old. You know, I mean, this is a time of purging, individually and collectively. So, you know, part of beginning your new life, or for any of us, is just starting it, you know. And granted, retrogrades are not necessarily good times for like new beginnings, but they are, because they're a good time for like purging, for addressing what doesn't work, and stuff like that. I feel like this card is saying that this is a new beginning. Like I feel like it's going to be for the next month or so, or longer. But you have to get rid of old shit to start fresh. I don't know, there's some stuff too, it's like, I've been in and out of counseling for like years and years and years and years. And then there's some stuff where I'm like, you know what, I can talk about it forever and ever and ever. And I'm just fucking over it. And I don't mean in like I'm gonna stuff it down here kind of way. I mean, like a big part of my spiritual process has been feeling my emotions, like, which, I mean, sounds super cheesy, but like I have done some fetal position on the floor, ugly non-Hollywood crying, just to until I felt like I literally had nothing left in me, you know. And you know, it's stuff that I'm just tired of going to therapy, you know, and talking about the past. And the more interesting shit I do in my present, the more the future changes. I mean, talking about the past and working through the past and getting over the past doesn't really put you anywhere in the future. I'll talk in the first person. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sounding like the moon is in Pisces right now, but it's in Aries, only at 0 degrees. So maybe I'm still feeling the effects of moon in Pisces being wordy and woo woo. But I don't know, you guys. That's all I got. It's already 14 minutes. It's way too long. You guys don't need to hear my shit for that long. Love ya. Namaste. Peace.